Hey guys, it's me Solstice. I was lately really up to making a World of Warcraft video, and it's pretty much my first time I'm giving out commentary and adding it to a video. On a note, I'm not going to make any World of Warcraft machinimas or anything else related to another game in the future, seeing my most of my tools I use to record screen material is pretty much fucked up, and neither did I actually like the way I had to capture screens in Model Viewer and import it over to After Effects, and it just didn't really give any natural or realistic look at all. I would just like to point out that I am neither a pro nor a noob at World of Warcraft, and that's why I suppose my commentaries will be pretty unique, seeing most of the guys these days being and posting interesting videos relating to World of Warcraft gameplay on YouTube are mostly rather experienced playing the game, and so I hope to actually point out things that I encounter and make things a lot more interesting. So in advance I would like to actually tell you about my experience with World of Warcraft, and well, I've been playing World of Warcraft for quite a while, and I've also played both the storyline games, World of Warcraft 3, and I did not play Warcraft 2 at all. I found the storylines rather interesting, and I actually like the whole setup of the game itself, and I've read a couple of the comic books. So I was pretty much talking about how I got involved in World of Warcraft, and it was about a couple of years ago when I firstly started playing the game, and I mostly just played the game for about a month, and then I really never decided to return to it since I got pretty bored or was minding my attention to other games. So I hope the game will, after the release of Cataclysm, be more interesting for me, and that's what I've already experienced and noticed on first instance. So anyway, about 2 weeks before I actually got Cataclysm after pre-ordering it from some gaming site, I actually noticed that my whole Battle.net account was hacked, including my World of Warcraft authentication keys. So that was rather fucked up. The cause was most likely because some advertising site kept sending me these mails in which they interpreted they were Blizzard, and I must have inserted my information to them, and that was quite a mistake, but I don't really mind seeing after I've spent another 55 euros on the game itself to get 3 new keys. And I actually received the order and started registering a new World of Warcraft account, since it was about 1 day before I'd received Cataclysm, and I was really up to playing the game itself and getting it back into it for a while before actually starting with Cataclysm again. And 5 minutes after that I actually received the game, and 5 minutes later I was given an answer concerning a account restore I've ordered up and sent to Blizzard for about 2 weeks ago. But that was a rather fucked up thing. I actually threw away 55 euros in general, so I don't really mind it now, since I'm not going to get any refund or anything similar, so I'll just proceed playing the game itself. It must have actually been a malfunction at Blizzard, seeing once I received the mail, they told me I'd receive a separate mail actually containing a new password I'd use to get into my new Battle.net account, and to reset the password to a new one since it was hacked, but I didn't really get any response in this week. So anyway, I'm currently playing on this Goblin Hunter. As you can see, he's called Habanera, and the first thing I noticed was that things really changed. The quest line, for example, it's really a great experience seeing there's no, it's not repetitive at all. I mean, they have these new features and script features that are actually pretty awesome. Seeing you'll actually, it really, I actually thought I was playing Grand Theft Auto, seeing I was actually driving a car on a highway through a very large city, and a couple of people really made me think of a couple of characters. So actually that you can run over people and all that kind of stuff, yeah, that's really Grand Theft Auto like. And I'm not sure if you have already seen, but I currently don't have any pet, but that was actually because I believe once I was playing, my pet would have died somewhere and I forgot to revive it, so really don't mind that at the moment. So my second point would actually be that Blizzard invented some new system that I've actually seen before in other games, but that was actually never seen in any other MMORPG. And it's actually the basic setup of dimensions, and it's like you split up a game with quest lines up into different dimensions. And for example, when I'd be doing a quest, I was like, for example, into the Worgen quest at the moment, and once you actually spoke to one of the NPCs and pressed the complete button on the quest screen, without a loading sequence you would actually skip over to a completely different world, and other players would actually disappear for the moment, but that doesn't really matter since, well, questline is really based around group gameplay, and it doesn't really have any effect on being able to meet up with other people as long as you're on the same part of a quest line. So for example, I was actually doing a quest, a Worgen quest, and I was standing on top of a lighthouse, and once I actually completed the quest and I went downstairs, you would actually see that the whole place was actually completely flooded, and it was full of water and stuff, and it wasn't like that before, and there was actually no real loading sequence. There was actually no break in between anything of that, and it's really an improvement. Really removes a burden, because I personally don't like having to wait for every 5 seconds of gameplay to have another world loaded, and that's actually a pretty smart thing Blizzard invented, I think. Then my third point would actually be that I've heard a lot of people actually speak about the differences between Horde and Alliance, but they say that Horde is getting spoiled over and over again by Blizzard, but I actually don't really see what's up with that, seeing both the Goblin and Worgen quest lines and also the new NPCs, pets and mounts are actually very balanced, and they both the Alliance and Horde have their good sides on changes and their bad sides. I currently really can't come up with anything that would really add up and strengthen my points, but there's really no difference between any of them, since, well, you most likely have to try out both Horde and Alliance, such as Goblin and Worgen, and you'll actually see that there's not really any differences, but it's actually pretty similar. I mean, both the Worgen and Goblin questline in their starting zones, they both receive their own starting zones with their own sphere, and you can actually see that all of the Blizzard employees have spent a lot of time trying to improve the zones and trying to not trying to spoil anyone. I really like the Worgen zone and sphere, in fact, and the questline was also pretty awesome. It's over 50 quests for a start, and same goes for the Goblin questline, which I currently do not yet have finished, but my goblin hunter is currently the character I'm planning to continue with in World of Warcraft for now. And there's not really any differences I've mentioned a lot of times, so I don't know why, but it's pretty much these World of Warcraft kids that keep crying about everything, and it's just Horde vs Alliance, and I don't really see the point of that, but there's just that kind of people, and yeah, you have to live with it. Well, I would actually like to close this chat down, and I would actually like to ask you people to comment on this video and tell me what you actually think is good about Cataclysm and what's not. It's pretty basic, but it's really a start for me to base my next video on, and I hope to see you guys later. Yeah, I'm out, bye.